G'day guys, welcome back to Lab. Saturday, not a lot happened today. Been fiddling around. This thing here, 10,000 things to finish off. 10 minutes at a time or whatever it is. Heaps and heaps and heaps of things to do. But I have done something. The other day, the other week, it was a wee while ago now, wasn't it? The box on the driver's side here was partially done. I had the outside edge of it done the inside now. I haven't got over to the passenger side. Actually thinking short term, probably take that back out again and just put a plate over that, because the initial thing that we want to be doing is getting the thing running right with this new gearbox, new precision HGT precision sequential gearbox. And we don't need the harness bar on the passenger side. We don't even need the passenger seat. Some of you have been paying attention, you might have noticed that there's actually no way to attach the passenger seat on the inside of the car onto the tunnel. It was welded on there before, the bracket. You can see some marks where it was cut away. I haven't done anything to put that back in there for now. It's probably going to end up with some double plates underneath it and a couple of holes through there. As I said initially, getting the car up and running and everything, trying to get it going quickly. We'll focus on that a bit more than what we have done in the past. We don't want seat brackets welded into the car. Speaking of seat brackets, driver's side of it is all done. So I've put the seat in, bolted it in, put the harnesses in, made sure they still work. Sat in the car, checked the angles and all that sort of carry on. Make sure everything's kosher there. Driver's side's just about done. This area of the car, that panel's not secured. That's just normally just pop riveted in there. It isn't at the moment because I'm still thinking about whether we take these pedals out and do something nice with that. Make the car more drivable, a bit lighter, easier to service and all that sort of carry on. But we'll see. I mean, that stuff, it works. We don't have to change it. We'll just see what the budget and time constraints say about that. I thought about wrapping that wiring there. Haven't done that because I'm maybe changing some things, so I don't want to complete that and then turn around and change it. So it is pretty late in the day, and that's about all I've done today, except I took this thing out. This thing here that goes there, that holds the juices from that thing there, puts them over there and holds them and puts them back when it cools down. I put it on the bench here. That's that. That was a job well done, wasn't it? I put it next to this thing, which is an old beast of a bench grinder. It was never in balance. It was a horrible machine. So that's got a polishy wheel on it. What do you reckon? Should we polish that? I think we should polish that. It'll look good, won't it? Hopefully. If it doesn't look good, we'll just paint it or anodize it or something. So let's try that. Alrighty, someone had a whinge about... No, it's no whinge. Don't get all wound up and upset. Someone had to talk to me about when you put an overhead camera or something like that. It's not an overhead camera. You guys are actually on the gimbal G-clamped to my toolbox. Let's see if something goes horribly wrong, which is usually the way on camera. Probably should put a more aggressive wheel on this. These wheels, these are cheap. You get them from the likes of Hand Tool House and all that sort of carry on. They don't cost a lot. And the polishing blocks, they're not the waxy, polishy, whatever it's called. They're not very dear either. That particular piece there, they're not cheap. The mandrel, I think $70 or something like that. Has it got a price on it? Nah, some numbers. Not cheap for that anyway. If the volume's not good because I'm standing too far away from the camera, bad luck. Actually, let me pause it and have a look, and then we'll carry on if it's good. That seemed to be working alright, so we'll carry on. So you fire up that. Hopefully you can still hear me above that. It's not particularly noisy, is it? Put that on there. I'm probably doing this all wrong, and there'll be experts who do polishing for a living. So away you go. So we're starting off with not particularly shiny. Is this boring? It probably is boring. Not sure. And then we got to here, we got this. Underneath there, I can see shiny. The stuff's sometimes a bit hard to get off. I do cheat occasionally and use all sorts of things. CRC just happened to be here. It's going to take a while to get all that off, isn't it, to see the shiny underneath. You get the picture. Some of that is shiny. We need to get rid of all the grinding marks first. That will take a very long time. So I will pause you. You'll be bored to death with that. We'll see if it comes up shiny. It is shinier. We are getting somewhere. This takes time. See, look, it's getting there. It's gonna be so good. Some time later, I am still polishing. Getting rubbish everywhere. Notice the paper towel to try and catch the stuff. This one's actually more for doing stainless steel, but I find it good for doing the aggressive stuff on the aluminium. Probably wear a hole in it, eh? Trying to show off to you guys. Doesn't taste very good. You can see I'm getting somewhere, I think. Maybe. I'm still going. This is quite a little while later. We're getting to the exciting parts. Look. Shiny. Ooh. If my face is all covered in stuff, that is kind of just what happens. Supposed to be wearing a shield and gloves and an apron and all that. Face shield, I mean. This is really kind of sort of harmless. I suppose if you let the work hit you in the face, that wouldn't be harmless. This is where all the defects and the prep will all show up. All your lovely work suddenly doesn't look as lovely as you thought it might do. We're getting there though. This is going to look nice when it's done in half an hour. Shiny, shiny, more shiny. Eventually you get to the point where it starts looking really shiny and you realise everything else in the car is going to look absolutely terrible and you'll have to do the whole thing, everything that's aluminium. Should we just paint it? Pretty sure I'm going to be late for dinner at this rate, but there is actually a shiny thing under there. Now we're just working on some fussiness, things that people might see but probably won't. This side here is kind of out in the breeze a little bit. Same with the top here. I'm not going to do under here, we're just going to put some more of that gold foil on that because we don't want anything that's in here that's hot transferring the heat into the fuel tank because we want to try and keep the fuel tank cold. That might need polishing too. There was a massive flaw in my plan of not bothering with gloves, and that was when I went to have a cold drink. Yeah, kind of get everything a bit grubby, so PPE upgrade. There is shiny under here, I promise you. It's just about 6 o'clock. This does take some time, but we're getting there. I'm probably getting a little bit fussy with it, but that will polish up, I promise you, and it's going to look good. happening. This is basically the final shiny bit. And then we'll do a little bit by hand, but that's coming up alright. There are a couple of marks in the surface that I'm not going to worry about, because race car. But I will get the worst ones out. Ugh, what's that fuck? Oh, it's my face. Oh. Shiny, shiny! My precious. Getting there. That's very definitely shinier than it was before. It will get to the point where it just doesn't polish anymore, right? So you're mucking around, wasting lots of time and power, and it is not getting any shinier. And then I break out the rag and the hand polish. We are running out of day now, actually. What a surprise. 6:15, that's taking longer than I expected. But as you can see, reflection there, pretty shiny, not bad, not terrible. A few marks in the surface here. I don't know if you can even see them on the camera. Oh, there they are. Just in this general area here. Not worried about that. We'll give that a bit more of a hand polish, like I said, and we'll smash it in the car. It's going to look great. You're not going to notice that sort of stuff. It's not worth chasing it for a race car, for a show car or a customer's car for sure, but for mine, nah, because what's going to happen is I'm going to leave it outside on the trailer for a couple of days and it'll rain and this thing's going to look terrible anyway. So, I think it's on the shelf over there. It fell on the floor the other day, didn't it? That's been sitting and waiting, ready to go for such occasions. So I'll put the gloves back on. Look, the hands are getting dirty already. And give that a quick hand polish and smash it on there and see how it looks. Installed. Shiny. Not perfect. Shiny enough. There you go. Right, thanks for watching this episode of What the Hell Did I Just Watch? Stay tuned tomorrow and we'll take this back out and polish away the little marks that I said I wasn't going to worry about, that I am now worried about. Oh, I can't even see them on the camera. Stop being fussy, Glenn. It's looking good, isn't it? That'll do. That will do. That's shiny enough. We'll maybe do something with the fuel tank tomorrow, although that's really hard to get back out and back in again, so maybe not. Okay, all right, cheers, bye.